Hello, and welcome to our college series chemistry class. My name is Chicho Robert. We are going to study about oxygen and its preparation. Oxygen is the most abundant element on the Earth's crust. Oxygen is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas at ordinary temperatures, and it is slightly denser than air. Although oxygen is only slightly soluble in water, oxygen solubility is important in the survival of aquatic life, like the fish and aquatic plants. The Earth's surface is composed of the crust, atmosphere, and hydrosphere. About 50% of the mass of the Earth's crust consists of oxygen combined with other elements to form the sulfates, carbonates, and silicates. Oxygen makes up 21% by volume of the atmosphere. Water is also made up of oxygen and hydrogen, the biggest percentage being oxygen. In combination with other elements like carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen, oxygen forms a larger part of plants and animals as part of carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. Let's look at the laboratory preparation of oxygen gas. In this case, we shall use conical flask, crystal funnel, or dropping funnel, delivery tube, gas jar, water trough, water, hydrogen peroxide, and manganese oxide. What is the procedure? The gas jar is filled with water and inverted over a trough containing water. Manganese oxide is then added to the flask. The apparatus is then arranged as you are going to see. The hydrogen peroxide is then added to the manganese oxide through the dropping funnel. The setup has a conical flask containing manganese oxide which acts as a catalyst. The crystal funnel is fitted to this flask and then filled with hydrogen peroxide. The delivery tube leads to an inverted gas jar placed over a trough of water. So hydrogen peroxide is added dropwise to the manganese oxide. What happens? Effervescence of the colorless gas occurs due to the breakdown of hydrogen peroxide in the presence of manganese oxide as a catalyst. The released oxygen gas passes through the delivery tube and then over water. It is then collected in the gas jar. This method of collection of the gas is called downward displacement of water. This is possible because oxygen is slightly soluble in water. However, notice that the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide in presence of manganese oxide does not require heating. So what is the observation? As we have seen, effervescence occurs as a colorless gas or oxygen gas is given off. Note that if oxygen gas is required dry without water molecules as seen earlier, it can be passed through a wash bottle containing concentrated sulfuric acid or a U-tube containing calcium chloride, and it is then collected using a syringe. What is the role of manganese oxide in this experiment? Manganese oxide acts as a catalyst to speed up the rate of decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. What is a catalyst? A catalyst is a substance that speeds up the rate of a chemical reaction but remains unchanged chemically at the end of the reaction. In this experiment, if manganese oxide was not available, the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide would still occur but at a very slow pace. What manganese oxide does is to speed up the rate at which this reaction occurs so that oxygen gas is evolved much faster. Catalysts are also important in both biological processes like digestion and industrial processes, for example, while developing new medicines. What is the equation for this reaction? First, hydrogen peroxide, a liquid and concentrated, decomposes in the presence of manganese oxide as a catalyst to give water, a liquid, and oxygen, which is a gas. Note that this equation is not balanced. Let's balance it quickly. As you can see, there are 2 oxygen atoms on the left-hand side and 3 oxygen atoms on the right-hand side. We can balance this by placing 2 on the left-hand side in front of hydrogen peroxide and also placing 2 in front of water on the right hand side. This makes 4 oxygen atoms on each side. The equation is now balanced. We shall have a detailed tutorial on how to balance chemical equations. If you have a correctly balanced chemical equation with correct symbols and sets, you earn 1.5 mark for each correct equation. Now, let's look at the chemical test for oxygen. How do we know that the gas involved is oxygen, not any other gas? The chemical test for oxygen is that oxygen lights a glowing splint. A glowing splint is made up of wood and easily catches fire. Let's see what happens when a glowing splint is lowered into a gas jar containing oxygen gas. When a glowing or burning splint is lowered into a gas jar containing oxygen gas, the glowing splint lights, or it gives out light, or we can say it rekindles. If we repeat this once again, notice the glowing splint still lights. This is the test for oxygen. However, recall that it is only oxygen which will support burning. Then we can conclude that the gas which is given off is oxygen gas. Now, let's look at the industrial preparation of oxygen gas. How is oxygen manufactured on a large scale? Oxygen is manufactured on a large scale by fractional distillation of liquid air. In this process, nitrogen distills off first at a boiling point of 77 Kelvin, followed with oxygen with a higher boiling point of 90 Kelvin. During the process, air is passed through sodium hydroxide to remove carbon dioxide, and then through silicon dioxide or silicon gel to remove water vapor. Carbon dioxide and water vapor are removed because at low temperatures they solidify and they may block the pipes. The separation of oxygen from air begins with cooling and compressing the air until it liquefies. The liquid air warms. Nitrogen evaporates first because it has a lower boiling point of 77 Kelvin, while oxygen follows because it has a higher boiling point of 90 Kelvin. Oxygen is then compressed and pumped under pressure into gas cylinders ready for use like in hospitals. Finally, let's look at the uses of oxygen. Oxygen is used in oxyacetylene flame for welding. Here, oxygen is used extensively in technological processes. It is used in welding, cutting, and forming of metals by producing oxyacetylene flame. Oxygen reacts with acetylene to form an extremely hot flame, which is used for welding. Another use of oxygen is used in the manufacture of steel to remove impurities in iron. During steel production, hot iron is added into an oxygen furnace. Very many sparks are generated when high-pressure oxygen is blown into the furnace at a very high velocity. This is when molten iron becomes molten steel. Steel slabs are then generated after the process. Another use of oxygen, it is used in respiration and life support systems. As we know, oxygen is important to life. All the energy required in the maintenance of normal body functions of humans and other organisms is got from breakdown or oxidation of chemicals in the body like glucose. In humans, air is inhaled and oxygen in the air is exchanged in the lungs between the atmosphere and hemoglobin blood. This oxygen is then carried by the blood to the tissues where it is used in the process of respiration to produce energy. Similarly, a person who is ill with respiratory diseases that interfere with the normal respiration, such as pneumonia and even COVID-19 patients, often require ventilators which supply oxygen to support breathing. If oxygen concentrations were to drop to half their normal levels, human life could not exist. For this reason, oxygen is important in life support system for divers, astronauts, and scientists who study the nature and life under large water bodies. These scientists are able to do it well while putting on jackets with oxygen cylinders. These are some of the uses of oxygen at off. Thank you for watching. For more videos like this one and tutorials, visit www.overcollege.com. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.